Hello, this is JilliBling. I have a project today and there's no purpose other than I love it. I love the colors. I love sketch butterflies. And it's a little bit over embellished, but it's pretty. So this is today's project. So we'll be using Sketched Butterflies Bundle, Spotlight on Nature for the words and also this little kind of crosshatch image, Unbounded Love for the Feel Better Soon, and quite a few dies for all of this, these die cut. I don't know if they're leaves or they're flowers or just these 3 die cut bits. So textured floral and flowers of beauty. And then this is a new die set called Greetings of the Season, and that is for this tag here. And I'll show you the die in just a minute so you could see it a little bit better. There's a tag. They're all tags in here, which is great for holidays. And this will be released on July 3rd, and it's part of a bundle. The words are great in that bundle. Everyday Details is for, on the side, see these little dots on the tag? And then right down here, that comes from Everyday Details dies. And this one is Happy Little Things dies. So there's only 2 dies in here, and that's what makes this adorable little word label. And they're just the perfect size. Someone knows. And I love it when the words are just narrow, just a one-liner. They fit perfectly with this. And Cheerful Daisy dies is for this label cut out of the Country Woods designer paper. Okay, you ready to get started? Oh, and then there's a little bit of embossing paste on here. And I haven't used it in a long time, and for some reason I thought I just need to use that. It adds texture, and you can color it if you want by putting a drop of re-inker in it, but I'm just doing it really simple today. Okay, so as we start to assemble, I'll tell you the paper cut sizes. We'll be using Glossy Dots Assortment, these pool party dots to embellish the card. That's that. We'll be using metal plate embossing folder for right here. And here's the papers. And then this paper is just a beautiful pack of paper. It is called Wildly Flowering Designer Paper. And we'll be using this pattern. It kind of looks like linen. Okay, so let's get started. I have some pieces already done, already die cut. So the base paper is Pebbled Path, and that's cut to 5.5 by 8.5. Then these are inside pieces. This black textured paper, and I used the embossing folder to texture it with the metal plate. Just something a little bit different, a little interesting. So this is 5.25 by 4. And I'm using glue purposely because it's textured. I think my Stampin' seal probably would do pretty good with this too, but whatever you have handy is great. Okay, and then this piece, keep this there, this piece of designer paper that we're going to use the embossing paste on is cut to 2.25 by 4. I'm going to set that off to the side because soon I want to do the embossing paste so it has a chance to dry. And these are just little scrap pieces of beige paper that I used the die on, 2 different size flowers, and that's what I'm going to use as a mask to put the embossing paste on my black metalled textured paper, and then also the little ones can go on this designer paper. So here is the tag, and let me show you that here. So the azure tag is cut to 2.75 by 4.25. Let me get through these. So these are the flowers that I'll be using for the masks. This is from Everyday Details for the tag, and then also for the inside. Then these tree greenery pieces, even though they're blue, black, and peacock. These pieces I just used scrap paper that I happened to pick out from my scrap bin. So probably any colors you want can go on here really nice. I think it depends on how monochromatic you want to make it. Oh, and here's the die. See that nice little detail in there? And this is from Cheerful Daisies. And this one is from Happy Little Things. And look at the detail on that. Just cute. Okay. We'll use thin linen thread, kind of a spatula to apply the paste. So here are some pieces. Oh, and before I forget, let me hold this up. Oh, and the inside, let's get back over here. These are the inside papers. There's 3 layers. The crumb is 5 1/4 by 4. The black is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And the white is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Those are going to go right in here. Now hold this up and do a screenshot if you want to give it a try. And I'll put all the paper sizes on my blog too. So if you don't want to try to write them down, I'll have it listed there. Okay. So this is what I used for the word label from Cheerful Daisies. And it's the Country Woods paper. So yeah, let's do the paste. The paste is kind of fun. So we'll start with this one, and I'm just going to put it on the side. Let me see, like a little peak of white scrap paper in. So right about there. Okay, maybe I'll stick this down. Okay, so embossing paste. This is how embossing paste comes, and it has a tendency to dry out. So if you have it, I'd suggest putting the lid on tightly and keeping it in the bag. Because you don't know how many times I've got all excited, oh, I'm going to do embossing paste, put glitter in it, or put ink in it, and then I pick it up and it's like, that feels really light, and it's as hard as a rock in here. It's happened too many times. So embossing paste, and I'm going to get a little bit and then close it up right away, just because I've gone through quite a few, and this is even kind of getting dried out a little bit. That's probably more than I need. Ooh, it's a little stinky too. If you have embossing paste, go ahead, give it a sniff. You'll probably say, yeah, just a little stinky. Nothing terrible, but you just push it over the top. Try to get it into your masks. And Stampin' Up! Sells masks. They always have a few going on. Or you could just die cut paper. Okay, since this is going really good, and I'm trying to get it into the corners, because when I lift up my basic beige paper, last time I lifted it up and the flower came up with it. I don't want that. So I'm going to avoid that one. More tape. Have it in a little. So I'm not going to do this one. I'm going to take the excess from here. Yeah, this is kind of drying up a little bit. And put it onto there. Looks like I might need more. I'm going to pull this one up. Look at that. Dry. It doesn't take long to dry. I could try to scrape it off of here, but that's going to make a mess. That gets to dry and I'll throw it away. But I think I need more. And I also think I need to use this thing up quick because it's kind of dry. Usually it's a little bit soupier than this. This is looking like paste. Okay. And I'm purposely trying to push the paste into the detail of the die. Because like I said, when I pulled up that one, the whole flower came up with it. It stayed right in my mask. Okay, you ready? Let's see how it's going to work. Pretty good. Like I had half of a flower up. Okay, so this can just dry. I'm going to try to get the paste off of here. Okay, lid on tight, and back into the bag. Okay, we did paste. So if you wanted your paste to be colored, let's just pretend. Or should I just try to do something? My masks are kind of ugly. So, well, hold on. I'll get the silicone mat. Let me see what re-inker I have handy. Nothing. So if you wanted to, let me do something. Those are just some scrap papers. So what if we try putting, oh, this was from Spotlight and Nature card. I recognize those colors. Let's try this purple. Freesia flowers onto, I think they'll show up on here. I don't know. Okay, so take a little bit of paste. I didn't know that today was going to become a paste play day. Okay, put that on here. It's like mashed potatoes. Make a hole for the gravy. Otherwise, the gravy is going to go everywhere. Okay, fresh freesia. How dark should I do? I'll do 2 drips. 1 drip? I'll do 1 drip. And then kind of mix it. Isn't that fun? And you can leave it kind of marbled, or you could just keep mixing it until it becomes a solid fresh freesia color. Yeah. Fun stuff. Okay. And let's see what mask is in better shape. How about this one? It's still, it's not going to be very crisp. Down here it's better. That might not even show up much on here. Well, that's kind of fun. I wonder if you did it like in Lemon Lolly, if you would have little lemon colored flowers. Okay, let's see how that looks. That's kind of color on color. Ooh, that's cool. I don't want that little bit right there. That's fun. Okay, what about on the black? Maybe I'll try to get 2 of them going. This is just an experiment. I don't have any plans for this. See, that's why I get lost in my room all day, is things like this. Just plan on making a simple card that's sitting off to the side and we're doing other things. Yeah. Okay, trying to get it into the cracks of my little die cut paper. Okay, let's see how it turns out. A little messy, but that's okay. Okay, these are just going to go into the garbage can. That's kind of fun. That reminds me of those little candies. Okay, well, that was fun. So, you could color it. This color on color is kind of fun too. Oh, some of the freesia ink was bleeding through where the mask is, right over here. Okay, let those dry. I'll clean this up later. You can also, I know I'm going to cover this up with the tag, but you can also take and just spread a little bit over texture paper to add a little interest. Oh, Roomba's coming out again. So just like that, and that's kind of interesting. Okay, enough playing around. Let's get back to building this card. I'm going to tell Roomba, can't be out to play. Okay, so that can dry. That can dry. What else do we have? These words can go right on here. I'll do that with glue. I'm going to have it hanging off the edge just a little bit because that's going to be on the black textured paper and it'll show up really nicely. Let's do the butterfly. So the butterfly is stamped and then colored with the blends. So I'll be using this butterfly right here. And it does have a die that comes with it, but today I want to cut a little bit closer to the edge, so I'm going to hand cut it. So here's this, and these are drying. So what do you think of that? You're probably like, it looks like a mess, but I think that it can have its place if you're doing, like this is kind of a collage style card, but I think you could have a lot of fun with that. Okay, so black for the butterfly. Good. So I'll cut that out. And it won't take too long. I don't mind cutting. The die does plenty good, but when you see how close I get, it just for today's project, I think it's better to hand cut. But it's so small, it doesn't take long. And then I really wanted to use those gems. What are they called? Glossy Dots Assortment. And I'm trying to keep this with the blue colors. That the butterfly became this color just because the gems are that color. But I think you could have any bright pop of color butterfly that you like. For instance, the purple one might be nice. I could try the purple one today. Or the yellow one, I think that's kind of expected. Or the pink. Maybe I'll try purple. 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 How about, we don't have a grape blend, but we do have blackberry. So how about blackberry, heather, and petunia. This is kind of grape. Okay. Blackberry, heather, petunia. Okay, so let's see how these will look. Because you never know. Sometimes you just have to give it a try. And then you might say, oh, definitely, or you might say, no, that's not going to work. Those colors are really close. So our machine has been, our freezer has been making ice like crazy because Tony's yesterday adventure. So what color, what do you think? I'm not sure that those really go because this is much redder than I remember. Maybe this will work. So his adventure was, because we used to have a vineyard and we made wine, and he brought all of these barrels in cases, and they've just been sitting out there. So he thought, let me try to make some moonshine with it. Hold on. You know, you just have to make things right sometimes. Okay, so heather, what color for the gems? Okay, maybe just heather and petunia, because there's kind of two different zones. Okay, just gonna go with that. Heather and petunia. And heather could be the outside because I want a little bit more of the heather because it matches the gems more. Okay, so petunia is going to be right in here. Okay, so Tony got this little still thing, and it's been sitting there for a year. But because he had his hip replaced, he's been at home for a little while. And he said, I think I'm going to give that a try. And I thought, he's going to blow up something, because that's what boys do. And he put it in the backyard, and he got it started. And it said the first batch you have to throw out. And I'm like, that's a whole lot of wine. I mean, that's more than a case of wine that goes in it that gets distilled. But before that, he had to do vinegar. Then he had to do water. Anyhow, so he did it yesterday. And a whole case of wine became 4 quarts. There it is. Can you see that? 4 quarts. See this little thing right here? Of clear liquid. So you put the wine in that big vat. Then this is the cooling thing. And he's getting cool water that pumps it into this thing. So you kind of boil the wine, it comes up through this copper coil, the cool water turns the vapor into liquid and it drips into here. So here he is putting ice. He came running in the middle of yesterday's video and he got the whole thing of ice. I'm like, what is he doing? Then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be, look at him. It's going to be blowing up or something. But look how clear that is. And that was red wine, and the wine was so old it had, I would say sediment, but it's more chunks in it. And look how proud he is. Oh. So there he's watching it. He's doing another one. Oh, that was yesterday's card. Anyhow, boys. So we've got these 4 things, and the first one, I guess it came out really strong, and it even made him go, oh. And I'm like, what are you going to do with that? And he said, well, I think I'm supposed to throw it out. I'm like, why would you throw that out? You get only 4 of them. He goes, somebody said that you could just cut it with like distilled water, and then you put flavoring in it. I'm like, well, what kind of flavoring? Are you thinking like from the pantry, like spices flavoring? He goes, no. He goes, I know. I'm like, what? I said, well, I just picked some strawberries. We're coming down to the end of our strawberries. I said, that would be good in there. He goes, no, I've got that can of apple pie. I'm like, you can't put that in there. It's going to make it all murky. He goes, oh, it's going to be so good. So he was in the kitchen scooping apple pie into these 2 jars of cut moonshine stuff. So I don't know. And I guess he's supposed to wait for a month and just kind of let it. I said, that apple pie stuff is going to get funky in there. It's going to be all moldy. He goes, no, it's in the alcohol. It's not going to do anything. I'm like, oh, okay. So now he's thinking, well, I've got the rest of that. If I take that whole little back shed of wine, I could turn it into like much less stuff rather than the whole shed. It's just going to be like gallons of stuff. I'm like, do you even like it? And then he took another sip because to him that was saying, hey, have some more. And it made him do a little quiver. And he goes, yeah, I need to get he said the word of the gizmo that tells you the alcohol content. Okay. You know, I do my crafts and I get as excited about coloring with embossing paste and coloring a purple that he does about his outside things. So, you know, we all have our own thing. Yeah. I'm sure that everyone, you all have stories like that. It's like just everyday stuff, but it's just funny, very different. So when he drinks it, I'll tell you. And he, I sent that picture to the kids, and they're like, well, how is it? When can you drink it? How long did it take to make that? And I'm like, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Didn't take long. And I think that's just enough time to get it to boil. But doesn't boiling alcohol kind of kill off the alcohol? Well, not by his quiver. Okay, what do you think? Oh, I went on a tangent. I think that's going to be pretty. Okay, let's make this card. No more stories. I'm going to be on task here. We'll use these for the inside. This is, on the underside, I could tell that it's still a little bit wet, but to the touch, it's just fine. Okay, so this is going to go on first, right on top of my experiment with paste. I should do more stuff so that I could get rid of that container because it's really getting dry. I don't think it's going to get undry all on its own. How about right there? Okay, is it gonna stick? The glue is probably saying, I don't want to stick to that paste. It's not sticking. Look how it's peeling up. Well, there. Stampin' Seal. Stampin' Seal should do it. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and then next is this piece, but I'm going to stamp on it using Blueberry Bushel and this from Spotlight on Nature. I love that set. It's kind of random. You really won't see much of it. Yeah. There we go. Put a little on the inside too. And you know, Debbie, I know you don't care too much for collage style cards, but you do like butterflies. So maybe you'll like it because it has the butterfly on it. I like butterflies. I haven't seen too many, and I've been in the yard plenty lately. And last year we had so many bees, like wasps and bees. Well, I'm covering up a lot of my, oh well, that's okay. Maybe I could put it like that. Well, that's not that attractive down there. How about right here? I could do it this way. How's that? Well, that could go there. Okay, let me get these pieces. Aren't these pretty? I don't know that I have a favorite. Maybe this one. The one in black, the one that's going to go on top. Maybe that's the favorite. Okay, so this one will go on first. This one is in blueberry. And put glue on most of it, but I'm going to let the little ends of the die kind of pop up so they look a bit realistic. Okay, that can go. Right here. That could be like our anchor. Then this one, in Pretty Peacock. And I'm fine if the ends of this die cut piece kind of stick up. So no glue. This one can go over here. Ooh, that's pretty against the embossing paste. Then this one. I have ideas for one more sketch butterfly. I just did a couple ideas with that. It's a really, really pretty set. Okay, that one could go just right there in the middle. Okay, and how about a big double bow made from Baker Twine Essential Pack? This time I'm going to do it a little bit bigger. Okay, and I have glue dots from a kit, so I'm going to use one of those just so I could use them up. Oh, my thread is getting all curled up. See if I could straighten that out a bit. So this is going to go right about here. The butterfly will go over it. I'm trying to grow my hair out. This is how my hair is lately. Especially if I don't blow dry it, it's just like that. It's like, why did you decide to do that today? It's a little crazy. It's like if all the pieces would be like going nicely, that would be good. But the way that they go and I come in, I'm like almost embarrassed of myself. It's bad. Okay, so I'm kind of locking them down right here. And I know that these are going to need attention too. This side is really crazy. So I'm putting some glue there. That's nice. This is crazy. This one is okay. This little bit, but because I have the glue on it, and once the glue starts to dry, it will help hold it in place a little. Let it sink into those fibers. Okay, they could be a little crazy, but just not like they were at the beginning. And this and that's looking good. So I'll put this on. I was thinking this one I did just glue up. This time, how about with dimensionals? How about edge of dimensionals? Everyone should use the edges because they work just fine. Oop, can't hang off. There we go. So this piece, I'm thinking of how will it be under the label. That would be nice right there. The butterfly could go there. Feel better soon. Okay, and this could go on with dimensionals. That's looking good. So do you like the purple? It's just different. I think this one somewhat matches better with the pretty peacock. Maybe when I put the bling on, it's gonna look lovely. So Stampin' Up! Is going to have a promotion. So right now in the month of June, any die bundle, it's always 10% off because it's a bundle, but in the month of June, you get an extra 10% off. Lovely, wonderful. In the month of July, any $50 purchase, you get a $5 credit, a code for the next month. That's going to be fun. Okay, I'm looking at my little azure tag and I could see where I used my adhesive and it's showing through there. I don't like that. Let me see. That will make it so it's not shiny. There, now it kind of looks like embossing paste. I'll clean it up though, but I just don't want it shiny. That kind of looks like a dimensional is showing through, but that's the embossing paste. Okay, that's better. Okay, and so this little string, I want it to be like right about there. So I'm going to do just a touch of glue, let it soak into the fibers, and it will keep kind of the flow going. This one, I think it's doing just, well, it could do a little bit right here. I still want it to be flowy, but I don't want it to be too out of control. Okay, now the bling purple. So I did 1, 2, 3, I did 5. So let's do 5. Oh, the purple is really nice. I think that's more of a grape. I'm liking this one. Okay, so what do you think? It is a little busy. It is really nice. I like it. Okay, on to the inside. That's a little busy too. So, with the blueberry, let's do this. Okay. And then I like the dear friend. It's kind of hiding in the bushes there a little. Let's make that hiding not so much. It can be right over here. And then those little flutters. And these are going to be colored in the purples. You know, let's make it more busy. You know, you get busy to stamp in, oh, a little here, a little there, and before you know it, it's like, oh my gosh, I had to color all that. So, gray tummies. Michaela's birthday. Oh. Well, how do I do that? I'll just pretend, I think it's my thumb. I think I'll just pretend like it's part of collage. Because I think if I turn the paper over, well, today's a day of experimenting. If ever you need to use the back side of your paper, take your bone folder and it makes the dimensional or the die cut area not as prominent. That's the top, this is the bottom. Yeah, that's not so good. Okay. I have a little bit of my blend showing through, but I'll try to cover it up strategically with butterflies. Okay, dear friend, in the top corner. And butterflies. That one didn't stamp too good. Okay, back to where we were. And I did it again. What's worse? Okay, let me try one thing. See, having accidents, I might be able to put another butterfly over that. Having accidents sometimes is good, because then I could say, use your mono sand eraser from Tombow, because it's like a nail file. It takes off the top layer of paper. You know what? That did the trick. I really do like the other side better. Let me try it here. If it doesn't work here, we're going to go back to the other side. Other side. Okay, back to where we were. Gray for butterfly tummies. And this is for a little bow. Let me just do that so I can get it out of the way. Tiniest ever little bow. So the trick to not getting crazy bow ears is not your knot that's holding it all together, that's still a bit loose. So these ends can easily pull through them. If it's all cinched, if your knot is all tight, trying to adjust your bow, it just takes on the twist of the fibers. And if ever you've tried it and you've inspected it, you know exactly what I'm saying. Tiniest ever little bow. Okay, and so Petunia Pop is going to be, well, there's not much room on these things. Okay, well, this one I got 3 colors on it. Okay, Petunia Pop Light will be for the center. I don't, because these butterflies are so small, I don't think there'll be much blending at all going on. Butterflies everywhere. Wouldn't it be great to have all these butterflies, like if you're out there gardening, and all these butterflies are just like kind of hanging around saying, hey! And Heather Light. I'm going to do Heather Dark first. Just around the outside edges, and then the middle will be Heather Light. So Tony decided to do pressure washing, and I think on one of the videos he was doing it on the front porch, and somebody said, oh, it sounds like a construction zone, and I'm like, oh, I was afraid of that. I probably should have paused and not started the video, but that's okay. So then that day he's like, there's from the pump, there's this little squirt of water coming out. I'm like, is it okay? Do you need to get a new pressure washer? He goes, no, I think I need a new pump. And I'm like, you could do that, where you just get a new pump only? He goes, yeah. So he went on to Amazon, he got a new pump. It came the next day. Amazing. So then he's back to pressure washing. And today he decided, I'm going to go down and pressure wash the fence that he's been working on for months. Okay, and he came in, he goes, well, darn it. I'm like, what, did you blow up your pump? He goes, no, but one of the hoses that the water runs in, I blew that thing up. I go, oh, okay. I said, well, should we order that and just have it arrive tomorrow? Like, no, I want to do it now. Okay. So that's where he is. Back to the local home improvement store, getting a hose. You know, everyone needs hoses. I think he just needs, every day he needs an excuse to go into town. He's just anxious. I could be in my room for weeks and not feel the need to get out and do stuff. He does something every day. So how's this looking? I like the purple. I think I'm going to go back with the Petunia Pop and make that a little bit stronger in color. Make it pop. Make Petunia Pop pop. They're cute little butterflies. Am I doing the right one? Petunia Pop Light. That sounds like a soda. I don't know that I'd want to be eating petunias though. Pop. Petunia Pop Light. Okay. I was like, who needs to put those other pieces on? Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit overkill. But maybe if I pile them all on top of each other, it won't be so busy. Because you know, if I cut them out, gotta use them. This is just a very, very fancy special card. Okay, and then I'm going to put bling on the inside and a bow on the inside. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't go over. It's going over the dots. And you know how it kind of looks bad. It's like they've got bubble. They're shiny. Okay. Don't go over that. Go here. Here. Then a little bit of glue right down here. Okay. Oh, wait just a minute. Just wait. I'm almost done. Yes. So today when I was getting in the shower, we asked him, probably when he hears this, he's going to go run and hide. Bo, do you want a bath? And he went, he was trying to hide. Do you want a bath? I think it's time he goes to Katie and gets a bath. So I'm going to kind of pile these all on top of each other so they don't take up too much space in here. Pretty peacock. He's standing by the other door now. I know he doesn't have to go. He probably just heard something. And then a little bow goes on here. A different kind of bow. That can go right here. That can go there. And some bling. Some purple bling. Okay, just 3 on the inside. Okay, I'm liking the purple. Okay, let me know what you like in the comments. Do you like the purple or the pool party best? going to put glue on the underside of this, but I think it might be better to put it on here. So if you want sketch butterflies, get it in the month of June so you get it on sale. But the first two to get the bundle through me using this host code, I would love to send you, well, this is while supplies last, I'd love to send you either purple or pool party. So I'll be watching for anyone that orders sketch butterflies, and I'll put the host code in the video description too. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening to my stories. Okay, bye.